The healing modalities that afford easement and comfort from the pain and grief of being human in this dualistic paradigm are undoubtedly precious. At this time in our history, as we approach a never-before-known portal of opportunity, the challenge is to take this healing, human knowledge, and forge from it an expanded schematic, one that can address the core wounds that have rendered humanity a slave race, an immortal race, locked in a mortal paradigm, and addressing the fulcrum digressions that have led to an incalculable catalog of human suffering. In the face of worldwide poverty, genocide, exploitation, and government-sanctioned use of torture, it has become blatantly obvious that there is a global malignancy that defies explanation in human terms. The loss of ecosymbiosis that will inevitably lead to terminal decline cannot simply be attributed to errant government regimes, environmental hardships, economic limitations, or the need for better education and smarter technologies. Nor can the wars and the worldwide suffering of humanity continue to be excused or explained by the arcane religious indoctrinations that have entrained humanity into believing that its afflictions are the result of some cryptic collective offense committed in a time far outside of human memory, an ancestral offense, a personal offense against God, one that requires lifetimes of atonement and the possibility of eternal damnation. Individual development is reliant upon the whole, just as collective development is reliant upon the individual. Such is the holonomy of a paradigm. But hear me now, there can be no peace in this paradigm. Peace cannot simply be defined by the cessation of war. The solution is never found at the same level that created the problem. You cannot patch up a paradigm. However many corrupt government regimes are overthrown, however many warlords, dictators, tyrants put to trial, many, many more will replace them. Until we understand that their existence is not simply the result of a confluence of degenerative circumstances and environments that can ever be eradicated by such methods as peace talks and the gathering of the United Nations. These demonic, brutal behavior patterns are programs that self-generate and perpetuate from out of the matrix of manifestation itself. This version of the reality is an anomalous anthropic paradigm that is being generated by the brainwave frequency feedback of a genetically altered race that has been imprisoned to residing in an isolated temporal zone, specifically modified to enslave consciousness and deprive the individual of its soul, spiritual, and sentient sovereignty. The new model of existence, the new paradigm, will not come from smarter technologies, stricter policing, a better economic system, or a more properly organized global community. It will arise from a community that needs no governing at all, from a people whose conscious, energetic, and unmediated connection to the benevolence of the world of their creation translates and echoes through the prism of their daily existence as a natural propensity towards unity and cooperation, inspired to give and receive love in all that they do. The original human template prior to genetic modification functioned in perfect harmony with all other forms of life and in pure symbiotic resonance to the evolutionary light codes of its resident solar system, responding in full conscious communion to even the softest of whispers carried on the solar and cosmic winds, and in a language that resides within every photonic nuance that is held within a ray of light. That human race did not need to be organized. The new paradigm, the new model of existence, will not be born from the mind as a theory. It will be understood in the mind, felt in the heart, made tangible in the body, and birthed into time and space through frequency, through sound. The new paradigm will be spun from an electrodynamic ignition of a quantum mass of holistic human consciousness as a result of the resurrection of biocircuitry and resultant activation of the light body. The Merkabah, the chariot of ascension, the chariot of the angels, or called by our ancestors, the chariot of the gods. This transcendental harmonic code creates the cymatic geometries that form the infrastructure of manifestation itself. Sound structures form, and form is the shape of consciousness. Due to the electrodynamics ignition caused by the impending alignment of planets and people, the transformation of this field has already occurred. Its shock waves are reaching out to us from the future, moving out from its event horizon like ripples in a pond. Its influence is drawing us into its magnetic field, a resplendence of which echoes a divine, immortal blueprint. A transcendental field is a powerful thing. Being the comprehensive manifestation of the Source Directive, it is the mother of all resonant and transformative systems, the ultimate holistic virus, assisted by the compatibility of the governing holography of unified systems.